Hello and welcome to a verbal reasoning number sequences video. Within the 11 plus, their children will be expected to solve number sequences. Most of these can be quite challenging, and the purpose behind it is to look for patterns rather than looking for linear sequences. Let's have a little look at some of the common type of questions. This first question is relatively straightforward. The first thing that I'm looking for is a difference between each of these. I can see for each one I have a difference of 4. I'm adding 4 each time. I therefore know I need to add 4 to my 16. I therefore know my answer will be 20, and I can select my A. They begin to get a little bit more tricky. Here I've got 3, 6, 6, 10, 9 and 14. Well, here I can see I'm adding 3 and then adding 0, then adding 4, taking 1 away, then adding 5. There doesn't appear to be any pattern. So the next thing I say to myself is there a leapfrog pattern? So let's have a look to see whether I can see a leapfrog pattern here or not. So here I have my 3, my 6 and my 9. I can therefore see I've got a leapfrog pattern of my 3 times table. 3, 6, 9. I therefore know my next number would be 12. Looking at the pattern the other side, I can see I've got another leapfrog pattern here. 6, 10, 14. With the green ones, I can see I'm adding 4 each time. So if it asks me for what this one would be here, I can see that one there would be 18. That's why there's the question there, in case I'm misreading the question. Circling the leapfrog that I'm looking for is really important. Again, I've got another pattern here, and again, there doesn't appear to be much of a pattern. I've got my 3, my add 3, my add nothing, my add 4, my add 2, and my add 2. Again, there's no pattern with the numbers. The first thing I say to myself is there a leapfrog pattern? Let's have a look. 3, 6, and 12. Well, to 3 and 6, I'm adding 3, and 6 and 12, I'm adding 6. So I can see here, look, I'm doubling my numbers, times 2 and times 2. So I think my leapfrog pattern would be to multiply by 2 again, and I can see therefore my answer would be 24. Let's have a look at another style of question. Here I've got 12, 13, 13, 12 and 10. So let's look at this again. I'm adding 1, I'm adding 0, I'm taking 1 away, I'm taking 2 away. There seems to be a pattern going on. Add 1, 0, take away 1, take away 2. I therefore think the next step in my pattern could be take away 3, and I therefore have got A. If I look at a leapfrog, just in case, 12, 13 and 10. Doesn't appear to be any leapfrog pattern here. And 13, 12, there could be a pattern there, but that does not appear to be particularly obvious there. 12, 13, 10, adding 1, taking 3 away. There's no clear pattern. I'm therefore happy and confident with my answer must be 7 with my first pattern. Here I can see my number sequence is going down. There's also not enough numbers there for it to be a leapfrog, so I know it must be something to do with the relationship between these numbers. The relationship between 24 and 24, I'm taking nothing away. In 24 and 12, I'm taking 12 away, and 12 and 4, I'm taking 8 away. Well, it goes from 0 to take away 12. There doesn't appear to be a relationship there, and 12 to 8. I can't see a relationship between these numbers, so rather than being take away, it must be something to do with dividing. Here, I can see I'm dividing by 1. Here, I'm dividing by 2. And here, I'm dividing by 3. So my relationship must be to do with dividing my numbers. So my next step, 1, 2, 3, I must be dividing by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and there is my answer there. Now this question here has deliberately led you to try and fall into a trap. If I look at this question here, I can see my next pattern could be take away 4 if I ignored my 0 just here, because each one's got a difference of 4. If I took 4 away, I'd have 0. this would not be my answer because there's no relationship between 0 and 12. It doesn't fit into the pattern of taking away 4 each time. If it was, this would be a take away 16, which is not the case here. Let's have a look at my next type of problem here. 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12. Already I can see there doesn't appear to be any clear pattern between my numbers. So my first step again is to have a look at if there is a leapfrog pattern. 4, 5, 7 and 10, and then looking for this number here. 4 to 5 is add 1, 5 to 7 is add 2, and 7 to 10 is add 3. There appears to be a pattern, add 1, add 2, add 3. I think my next step would therefore be add 4, 10 add 4 would give me 14, and I'm happy with my choice just there. Again, I've got a strange looking pattern going on here. If I look between my 1 and my 1, I'm adding nothing. My 1 and my 2, I'm adding 1. My 2 and my 8, I'm adding 6. There's not enough numbers there to be a leapfrog, so I must think about a relationship between those numbers. I don't think it's to do with adding, I think it might be to do with timesing. Times 1, times 2, times 4. It appears as if these numbers here I'm doubling each time, so I think 2, 4, it must be 8. 8 times 8, I know, is 64, and there's my option just there. My final example now. Let's look at this pattern here first of all. Here I can see I have a difference of 4. Here I have a difference of 9. And here I have a difference of 16. I'm not multiplying or dividing anything that goes into these numbers, and again there's not enough examples to give me a leapfrog. So it must be something about these numbers. So I have to question myself, what's the difference between these numbers? Well, I've got a difference of 5 here and a difference of 7 here. So maybe my next difference could be 9. 16 add 9 gives me 25. Oh, 25 add 34 would give me 59. The other way to look at these numbers is, again, is the fact that these numbers here, my 4, my 9 and my 16, are in fact square numbers. 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, and 5 times 5. So actually my difference there did work in this case, but also as well I knew that I was looking for squared numbers. I hope you find this video useful, seeing there are so many different ways in which you can solve the number sequence problems. It's about thinking a little bit outside the box and thinking about how I might go about solving it and what different ways. What patterns can I see? Is it a leapfrog? Is there something else that I'm missing? I hope you found this video useful. Please click follow and look at some of our other learning videos. Thank you.